Lava Crew last time.
He went into the tank.
Yeah, so Justin is playing a blue-white-red flash deck. Pretty standard. Thundermaw Hellkite, Restoration Angel, Augur Bola, Snapcaster Mage, Essence Scatter, Dissipate, Azorius Charm, Sphinx Revelation. Nothing really too crazy, nothing too special.
And both players are 5-0.
And they're both 5-0, yeah.
They're happy with their brews, as we're going to see Adam. Let's go with Ezegelian.
Yep.
All right, Ezegelian.
That's how I pronounce it.
Plays a Hinterland Harbor. He's going to pass the turn back. Justin Desai on your left. Blue, white, red flash. Round number 6 here. Starts the Games Open Series here in Somerset. Again, if you guys do want to join the chat, at SCG Live, hashtag SCGNJ for your tweets. Gerard and I will be checking both that and our personal Twitters. Interact with us if you'd like to during all 10 rounds of Standard today and all of Team Seal tomorrow.
Yeah, so Justin finally plays a blue source, and at the end of his turn, Adam drops as a Staticaster. Is a Staticaster, I think. Yeah. Not really too good in this matchup.
Can't imagine it being very good, as there's your Nightshade Peddler. I mean, it does a nice job of, shutting down some creatures or whatever, but it's very, very easy for the blue-red flash deck to break up.
Yeah,
with all this pinpoint removal or Verdict, it's not very tough.
Yeah, I mean, I would almost maybe not play it there. It's like, until Justin actually committed a creature to the board so you could at least get something out of it.
Sure.
But we'll see how it works out. I mean, Adam is 5-0, so I feel he's comfortable with the deck. And he did play this deck a couple weeks ago, like I said before, at a WMCQ. So
you see him reaching for a
Thragtusk.
Yep.
Yeah, right there is a Thragtusk.
Is this going to resolve is a question. You see Justin reach for mana very quickly.
Twice.
Looks like a Searing Spear is the draw. Yep.
So it's probably going to resolve, right?
Yep.
All right. And I think the Nightshade Peddler will get him for 1 point of damage here.
Don't be afraid, little Peddler.
Yeah.
Get your 5 life at him. Pedal to the metal.
Come on, 1 damage, attack. I'm not sure what's going on here. Maybe he's asking if it's paired, but I believe it's paired with the Staticaster.
Yeah, it looks paired.
Yeah, it definitely does look paired.
All right, Searing Spear, going to take care of that.
Why didn't he attack with the Nightshade Peddler?
I don't know. I mean, it's not doing anything else.
Yeah, it's just
it's not very good in this matchup. Might as well get the damage.
Is he afraid of an Azorius Charm? I mean, that doesn't really seem relevant here.
Yeah, I mean, he certainly doesn't want to draw the Nightshade Peddler yet, and if it's like Azorius Charm is that bad, I guess, like, you can shoot your own guy if you wanted to. I don't know. I would want to get the 1 damage across.
Yeah, for sure. And I would rather have Justin use the Azorius Charm on that than just a cycle to draw a new card.
Yeah.
So again, Nightshade Peddler not attacking. And Adam plays his 6th land. So I really cannot make a... Oh, wow. Sire of Insanity.
Jeez.
That's insane.
That is the definition of insane.
It really is.
Do you see Justin staring at a Searing Spear right now? Oh my goodness. This is exactly like worst case scenario for this deck.
Yeah. It's like 6 cards I think Justin is discarding.
He doesn't even have like a Cavern of Souls to push you through. It's just
like he's flashing back Think Twice, hoping to try to Essence Scatter. I think that's what his plan.
That's not Essence Scatter. That's actual every card going in the graveyard.
Yeah, I mean, you said a Searing Spear of the Thragtusk?
Yeah, I think you have to Searing Spear of the Thragtusk and hope to draw a
Supreme Verdict?
Supreme Verdict, yeah, to clear it up.
All right, so Sire of Insanity making its wave in Standard. I think Sire of Insanity might be like the big power card.
Yeah, I mean, this card's no joke, right?
Yeah.
This is the second time we've seen it, second or third time this weekend, and we've seen it be, like, very good.
How many copies does he play?
Just 2.
Just 2? Okay.
Yeah. I don't think it's a card that you can play, like, this is definitely not a 4-of card or anything, but it's like a very, very good 2-of.
Sure.
You see both players discarding their hands. Thundermaw Hellkite, Farseek go to the bin over there. Justin has his cards go, among them Restoration Angel, draws a...
Sulfur Falls.
Sulfur Falls.
Not going to really do too much here.
6, 7, 8, 9, that's an attack for 10.
Again, these guys are 5-0. So let's see what Adam draws. I mean, he doesn't even really need to draw anything here. If he draws anything... Like, I mean, he's going to play it because otherwise he's going to get discarded to the Sire of Insanity.
Yeah.
But his board looks very good.
He's going to play Burn.
Yeah, all right, 2 damage to
you.
Better than nothing.
The burn half of turn and burn. Justin draws a card. It's got to be Supreme Verdict or bust, my friend. It is not, and that is going to be, I think, Gerard, a concession, maybe?
I thought...
maybe it's a Snapcaster Mage.
Yeah, I think it's a Snapcaster. It looks like a 2-mana blue spell. I first thought it was a Think Twice.
Go through the graveyards here.
Yeah, I think this is
a little bit. Yeah, may have been a little bit hasty on my end. Okay, yeah, so he is going to concede the game.
Oh, well, I don't know what it was. Was it a land? Whatever.
Yeah, clearly not good enough.
Yeah, not good enough. All right. So Justin looked a little upset.
Adam's going to be up a game here off the back of Sire of Insanity. Justin Desai going to take a look at his sideboard. You have it in front of you. What can he use to help?
Well, probably another Supreme Verdict might be nice in this matchup. Is it Staticaster? Probably not. His full sideboard is Assemble Legion, Supreme Verdict, Negate, Dispel, Counterflux, Is it Staticaster, Clone, Turn and Burn, another Thundermaw Hellkite, a Devil's Play, and a Detention Sphere. Nothing really stands out that much.
Okay.
Would you agree? I mean, is there anything like, wow, he wants that card?
I mean, there's nothing that, like...
Supreme Verdict, yeah.
I mean,
Adam has all creatures in his deck.
Yeah,
but
Verdict is going to come in because Verdict would be good against his deck, period. So having a little bit more insurance against the creature deck is nice. But, like, there's nothing that's just like, wow, it's going to turn around this matchup. No.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the cards I look for in Desai's deck list is the card I'm scanning for right now is War Leader's Helix. Yes. Be able to deal with the problem that is Sire of Insanity, and I don't see it.
Yeah, he has pretty much no way to deal with it. He has 4 Searing Spear, which is not going to deal with it. He has 2 Pillar of Flame, not going to deal with it. He only has 2 Supreme Verdicts main deck, and it's only going to deal with it if it's either in his graveyard and he top decks a Snapcaster Mage, or if he just naturally draws Supreme Verdict after a Sire. And I guess a couple of counter spells, but Azorius Charm's not going to do it. He has no copies of Unsummon and no copies of the Helix. Yeah. 2 of the best answers to Sire of Insanity. Sire of Insanity is a real card.
Yeah, I think this is a card that people are going to have to, like, change how they build their decks to beat.
Yeah.
I really do. Because, like, this is, like, a perfect example of it, right? Like, we just saw in that game, Adam, like, has his 6 mana, thinks for a while, and he's like, yeah, okay, like, I have to cast this. Justin looks at his hand of, like, Searing Spear, thinks twice, and he's just going, oh, God. Like, a Restoration Angel and stuff like that, and he's just going, like, Searing Spear does not line up to kill this the way that it should, so...
Yeah.
All right, like, I think you win because of that.
Honestly, I helped out one of my friends with his deck list, and we worked on it. It was Blue, White, Red, and we ended up with only playing 1 copy of Searing Spear. Just because Searing Spear, I don't think is really the card you want. Having 1 is fine. You go to the Dome, Snapcaster back, hit him again. But you want to focus on cards like Pillar of Flame, because we know that Voice of Resurgence is going to be big this week. Maybe next week's not so much. Unsummon and the Helix. Those are the cards you really want. Yeah, Searing Spear doesn't really fit in there.
When we take a look at Adam's sideboard here, an additional copy of Sire of Insanity to go with the 2 in his main deck. That's going to come in. 2 Evil Twins, 2 Slaughter Games, a Rakdos Return, an Appetite for Brains, 3 Deathrite Shaman, 3 Pillar of Flame, and 2 Snapcaster Mage. So Deathrite Shaman probably going to join us as well. The Appetite for Brains potentially could come in as a little bit of insurance against Supreme Verdict, but it's not great in this matchup.
But I'm pretty sure, bringing in maybe just the 1 Appetite, bringing in the Slaughter Games, bringing in the Snapcaster Mage. I think that's like his package that he'll bring in.
Okay.
So he'll probably do an extra Sire, the 2 Slaughter Games, the 1 Appetite, probably a couple of Deathrite Shamans, and 2 Snapcaster Mage. So I think Adam really changes up his deck against the Blue, White, Red Flash deck.
Okay. I mean, he does have 4 Turn and Burns in his main deck that he can sideboard out. Staticaster and Peddler very bad in this matchup.
Yeah, I think he's going to board out all 8.
Yeah, I mean, he can board out the 8 pieces of the combo. He can also board out Turn and Burn, maybe even those Lobber crews that are, kind of in there.
That's like 12 cards already, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're looking at like 12 to 14 cards that he can move out and just board in just a lot better, higher impact cards.
So let's count. 1 Sire, 2 Slaughter Games is 3, 1 Rakdos Return is 4, 1 Appetite for Brains is 5, 3 Deathrite Shamans 8, and 2 Snapcasters 10. Yeah, so
10.
Yeah, I mean, Adam has a much better sideboard in this matchup than Justin does.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you just leave in Turn and Burn as it kind of stinks as a 5-mana answer to Restoration Angel, but it's probably like better than having Peddler, Staticaster, or Lobber Crew in your deck. So
I mean, the only way I really see Justin winning is like a Thundermaw Hellkite, maybe a couple of Restoration Angels, and I don't know. Do you think Justin's going to bring in Assemble Legions because he thinks that Adam's going to board out his Staticasters? And do you think that Adam's going to leave in his Staticasters just because he thinks maybe Justin does have Assemble Legions?
Yeah.
So that's kind of like a back and forth type thing.
Yeah, a little game inside the game.
Yeah, but I think Adam is heavily favored in this matchup. I really can't see Justin winning. I mean, I might look even more dumb when Justin wins the next 2 games. But I think this is the deck that Adam wants to sit across from.
Yeah, it feels that way.
Yeah.
It feels like his deck is tailor-made to beat up on these control strategies.
Sure.
It really does feel that way.
Yeah. I mean, I think the Pedal the Metal deck is really good because it's also good against any aggro strategy that has 1 toughness creatures because you have 4 Staticasters main deck along with Peddlers.
Yeah.
And you have like, Huntmaster Thragtusk as well.
Yeah. So Adam is going to mulligan immediately here.
Okay.
As Justin's going to look at his hand. Essence Scatter, Sulphur Falls, Azorius Charm, Sphinx's Rev.
Is this just a 1-lander or no?
It looks like he's got 2 hiding over there.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 Sulphur Falls at least.
I know.
But not enough.
Was it really 2 Sulphur Falls?
I saw 2 Sulphur Falls, yeah.
And he mulliganed. It was 2 Soulful Falls. What else? Azorius Charm.
Azorius Charm.
Essence Scatter.
Yeah, Essence Scatter. I mean, like
Sphinx's
kind of
Rev.
Yeah, Sphinx's Rev. Kind of like a slow, unwieldy hand.
Okay, so it's just pretty much he's thinking, all right, my first couple of lands are coming to play tapped. You know, I don't really have anything. Yeah, all right. I mean, that's fair, I guess, especially if Adam mulliganed. But normally, I kind of stray away from mulliganing 2-land hands.
Yeah.
2-land hands and like 5-land hands, I'm almost always fine with. I know some players are really specific about their mulliganing and stuff. So I'm sure Justin knows his deck and figured he could do better. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. So I believe Owen is 5-0.
Owen is 5-0.
And I believe that Reed is 4-1 because we just saw them on camera.
Yeah.
So pretty much all the information I'm giving you, you guys probably already know. If you guys decided to watch our previous rounds.
Gerard, Captain Obvious, Fabiano.
Yeah.
There can only be one.
Yeah. If you're not obvious, you're confusing. So we'll see what happens here. I feel like that's my go-to saying that I love. We'll see what happens here. We're like, hey, are you hungry? We'll see what happens here. We'll see what happens with this appetizer. All right, so let's see if these guys want to keep their 6-card hand.
Justin doesn't. Yeah, that was a very fast mulligan.
Yeah.
And Adam is going to keep his. So Justin going to at least mulligan down to 5. But we'll see what happens here if he's going to keep more or not.
How smart Magic players, like as a community, are. These Magic players are really intelligent. They can figure out math problems, these super hard strategy games or whatnot. I feel a lot of them tend to tilt too often. I'm not saying here, it's tilt mulligans.
Sure.
But I see people, they lose game 1, and they're just like, they shuffle really quick for game 2, and then they like draw like mulligan, draw mulligan. All right, that's game,
Yeah, sure. So, a little bit of frustration.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's definitely a skill to, get yourself to not have that happen to you. It's something that, over my career, especially when I was in my early 20s, of just having to not get like frustrated about things like that. Because, I mean, you bring it up, like as intelligent as the community is, it's like they get like kind of tilted by like the smallest thing. It's like, unbelievable. He drew this card not to mulligan once. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's really true.
Actually, yesterday I was playing some Magic Online, and I mulliganed to 4 with an Orzhov deck, and I won, which is something that I only did it a couple of times in my career, I would say.
All to 4?
Yeah. I mean, I only mulligan to 4 very rarely, because
this sounds like a made-up story to me.
No, this is true. Mike Sigrist was there. He's the one who kept telling me to mulligan. I had a 1-land hand I wanted to keep. I had a 1-land hand I wanted to keep. I had a no-land hand, and then I had a 1-land hand. Oh, I'm sorry, 2-land hand. But especially on Magic Online, I feel like it's so easy. Like once you go down to 4, they'll just be like, "Do you want to mulligan? Yes, yes, yes." Or you go to 0 and just concede.
Yeah, sure, sure. All this is one click of a mouse.
Yeah.
You don't have to keep shuffling and presenting your deck.
But yeah, multi 4. So I mean, Justin's on 5, and he's definitely going to keep this. What is it? 3 lands? It's 2 or 3 lands.
There's 2 lands. Yeah. Restoration Angel, Sphinx's Rev.
Yeah. Ooh, there's an island.
There's a blue land.
Pretty good.
Bluff that counterspell.
Yeah, why not? I also feel like there's less bluffing nowadays.
I agree with that, but it's just like because the game is so much more creature heavy than spell heavy now, it's harder to bluff, right?
Yeah.
Like where before all the spells were so good that people had to think about them. Now there's just like so many more creatures that what are you gonna do? Like bluff a Hunt Master of the Fells? Like that's not gonna happen.
I don't know. We saw Matt Beverly bluff that Blasphemous Act.
Yeah, that was
sick.
Was
awesome. Yeah. All right, so Adam has a draw that he wants again. He gets to go Stomping Ground, Sulphur Falls, and go fetch up a Water Gate. So this is pretty much everything he wants. That's what this deck wants. The deck either wants to play Peddler into his Staticaster versus aggressive decks, but against the control decks, he just wants to go turn 2 Farseek, develop the board, develop mana.
Yeah. All right, so there's a Clifftop Retreat, pass the turn back.
Yeah,
Adam gonna draw a card. Let's see if he has a 4th land here. For
yeah, I think he has a 4th and a 5th land, to be honest.
There's your Rootbound Crag. There's your Hunt Master of the Fells.
Yeah, and I mean Justin has a Dissipate, but doesn't have the mana for it. So we'll see what happens here.
Wolf Token, 2 life coming.
Yeah, we're just waiting on that, and then Adam's gonna pass a turn right after he gets that Wolf Token. And Justin draws. Oh, there's a Think Twice. I mean, it's better than nothing.
Yeah, I mean, that's where the turn has to start.
Yeah, because if it was just nothing, the Hunt Master would flip and he'd be in really bad shape.
Yeah. There's a Sacred Foundry, pass the turn back. So Adam going to draw a card here. You see a Stomping Ground in his hand. That's the 5th mana source.
Oh wow, that's so good. Yeah, when you go Huntmaster and then you follow it up with a Keswick Wolfrun, it's so good because you just don't have to commit anything more to the board.
Yep.
And you're able to deal free damage. Right there, it was just free 2 points of damage.
Now it's going to flip into Ravager of the Fells, and now, as you said, it's going to make Justin deal with just this first.
Exactly.
And then we'll go from there.
Yeah.
Is Adam's thinking. And if you do anything like, Supreme Verdict to deal with this, the window's open for me to slam like a 6-land Sire of Insanity and just end this game. So
yeah, I mean,
it's a very tough situation. Justin
drew a lot of poor cards in this matchup. He drew Counterflux. I don't even think I want Counterflux against Adam. Would you?
Well, I mean, it's a situation, right, where, he might be thinking to himself, well, my deck's pretty soft to Sire of Insanity,
sure.
So I need to have like this mediocre card in my deck to be able to try to beat it,
okay.
Even though I don't want it in my deck.
Yeah, because I mean, in his hand we see Dissipate, we see Counterflux, 2 cards that just aren't doing anything.
Yeah.
Even something like Thundermaw Hellkite isn't even very good against Adam. This matchup's just in such Adam's favor, I would say.
Yeah, I would say that it's heavily in his favor with how Justin's blue-white-red deck is currently built. I mean, it just feels like to me that Justin's blue-white-red deck is kind of archaic and it hasn't really updated with what people are doing moving forward. Is kind of the issue.
Okay.
So you see the Huntmaster, the Ravager of the Fells, and the Wolf Token coming across. No Wolfrun activation, no nothing, just standing pat. I mean, doesn't want to get a Azorius Charm or anything like that, so no reason for him to move. Again, just basically saying to Justin, you need to do something to deal with what's on the table. You have to have Supreme Verdict right now. Yeah,
there's a Think Twice from the end of Adam's turn. Justin did draw his 5th land, but I believe it's a Sacred Foundry.
It is.
So if he wants to go Sacred Foundry into like Thundermaw Hellkite,
and he goes down to 4 and
he
just
just
gets
loses
killed by the
Wolfrun. Yeah. I think he has no line of play here, right?
The plays look good. Yeah. I'll say that.
I think last turn he probably needed to play Restoration Angel.
Yeah, I mean, probably just like at the end step, just get it into play.
Yeah, I mean, something.
The problem is that Keswick Wolfrun is just invalidating everything he can do.
Yeah.
And so now, like, he can, the situation is like, well, I'll just try to bluff Azorius Charm. It's like, well, that's not going to work because it's a lethal attack.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to activate Keswick Wolfrun to do anything.
Yeah, I was even thinking maybe Justin could have played Restoration Angel and like got in front of the way of the Wolf to at least like trade that off. Because Justin needed to draw a blue source or, well, yeah, I mean, he needs another blue source to cast Sphinx Revelation, but even if he does, it's a Sphinx for 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't do anything. Yeah, not even good. Just another Think Twice would be pretty much the same. Yeah,
all right. He just sends the hand. So,
yeah.
Justin Desai is going to lose this match to Adam. Ezegelian 2-0, pedal to the metal. It didn't need to have the pedal or the metal. It just had a Huntmaster of the Fells and Sire of Insanity to get it done.
Yeah. We saw the pedal and the metal in game 1, but it did nothing, like you said.
Yeah.